a couple of breaths. So welcome everybody. My name is Jacqueline Morosco, and what I'm going to invite you to do to start off, and you can do this seated or laying down, but it looks like most of you are seated. We're going to have the spine nice and long and start to focus on the breath. So as you breathe in, imagine that you can pull the breath all the way down your torso to your pelvic floor, so that space in between the tailbone and pubic bone. And then as you exhale, I want you to imagine again that you're squeezing from the bottom of your torso up, so you're kind of helping to press the air out of your body. So I want you to do that, 2, 3, 4 times, depending on the length of your breath. And as you're doing this, you might notice different things happening in your body. So checking in, scanning from head to toe as you're breathing, noticing places that speak to you or that don't speak to you, and setting your intention for our time together. How do you want to feel physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually by the end of our practice today? And as you set that intention, you might bring your hands to your heart center, bowing the head to the heart, heart to the earth, or you might just say it silently, whatever you're drawn to do, setting your intention. And so when you're ready, we're going to start with our hands at our heart center, and I want you to apply a little bit of pressure on the heels of the hands, a little space between the palms, heels at the fingertips, and we're going to inhale and reach your hands up overhead as far as they comfortably come. So for some of us, it might be in front of the forehead, right? And then exhale back down to the heart center. So we're going to inhale up and exhale down. One more time. And then releasing the hands, we're going to take them out in front, palms facing each other. Inhale, we're going to reach those arms up, and then exhale, one arm forward, one arm back. Inhale up, exhale other side. And as you're doing this, you're noticing what's happening in your neck, in your shoulders, in your back body, in your torso. One more time on each side, moving with your breath. And all of you know, but I'm going to say it anyway. If anything hurts, please don't do it. Now we're going to take both hands in front, and let's bring those feet out so that you have a wide stance, but your knees are bent, and you're going to bring those hands down in front of you. So we're going to start off, inhale is up, body long. Exhale, you're going to walk your fingertips forward, but we're not bringing the head to the floor, you're bringing your heart. So you're keeping that back straight, except for your natural curves. Inhale, slide those fingers up, body up. Exhale, walk forward. So for some of us, it's a little tiny movement. For some of us, it's bigger. One more time. Inhale up, exhale down. And when you come up this time, we're going to straighten out one leg and bring one foot in. And I want you to spend a moment just stretching out your toes, wiggling through the feet, massaging, whatever feels good, just waking up your foot. And then we'll do the second side. And you're noticing, how does it feel? How do your feet feel? For me, it's getting to that time where I stop wearing real shoes and I can notice the change in my feet already. Now, whenever you're done with those feet, I want you to use either your hands or your tennis balls. We're going to go around the ankles, up the lower leg, around the knees, and up the upper leg. And I actually like to use my fingertips a little bit. Some of you might like the feel of the tennis balls, but you're just going to go, and maybe even the top of the foot a little bit, but around the ankle, lower leg, around the knee, upper leg, all the way up into your glutes, right? And what we're trying to do is stimulate, awaken all the different parts of our body. When you're done with the second side, and I know it's like Speedy Gonzalez because I feel like I'm talking really fast too. Move at your own pace, and if some part of the body as we're going through it needs more attention, go ahead and give it to it, right? So I've moved on to the second leg, and whenever you're ready, you will as well, because we want to make sure that we give both sides the same amount of attention. And it's always interesting to me what we find as we're doing these little explorations. Now, whenever you're done with both sides, we're going to take both tennis balls. And if you're sitting on something, you might take it off so that your pelvis actually is in connection with the ground. So you're going to take your two tennis balls, knees are bent, and then you're going to take the tennis balls in so your butt stays on the floor, and you're going to press the tennis balls in a little bit. Because, so we're coming at the front of the pelvis, right, the front of your sit bones. And what you're going to do, pretend this is my sit bone. I'm going to start to roll into the tennis ball, right? And so we're not going to bring your butt right onto the balls because that would hurt. But you're just going to glide into the tennis balls, and you might move side to side, and you're going to keep breathing. And I know a lot of you know this really well, but you're exploring and seeing how it feels, making sure nothing hurts. You might notice a difference side to side or not. Now, when you start to feel done with that, we're going to take the tennis balls out and move them out a little bit. So you're not taking them fully out unless you want to. And again, doing that same thing, rolling forward or side to side. Keep breathing. And if you decide you like these, those of you in person can take tennis balls home with you so you can continue to do this. Then we're going to take the tennis balls and go to the outside of your pelvis. And again, now you might have to move a little bit more side to side. And for those of you who aren't used to doing this, you might feel some fun sensations in your glutes, in your butt. You might want to spend a little bit of time on a side. And yes, I'm making that funny face because I'm like, oh, I think I haven't done this in a few days because it feels interesting. Now, I'm just going to take a breath here. When you feel done and you've given the same amount of attention to both sides, you're going to take those tennis balls and then lean forward and place them to the back of your body and gently lean back into them. And some of you talked about your low backs, so paying close attention, and you decide how far back you want to go, right? The deeper, the closer to the floor your body comes, the more intense the sensation will be. And then again, we're going to move your knees side to side or move the hips front to back, just kind of exploring and seeing and breathing. Now, eventually we're going to come to a place where you take out those tennis balls and we're going to set them aside for now. And what I want you to do is you're going to have your right leg extended. And so this is going to depend on your hips, right? Some of you will have it out at an angle. If that feels at all funny, you're going to have your leg straight ahead, okay? And then your other foot is close to your groin. And then you're going to reach those arms up towards the sky. Inhale is going to be here. Exhale, we're going to take those hands around the leg. Inhale up. Exhale around the bend. Again, one more time on each side. And of course, as we're moving with the breath, you're noticing all the wonderful sensations. We're going to end with the hands around the straight leg. And if possible, you're going to flex that straight leg foot. Inhale, body up. Exhale, you're going to walk yourself towards the leg. Some of you might use a strap around the foot. Some of you might hold on to the foot. And you're going to take a couple of nice, long, smooth breaths. On an inhale, we're going to walk ourselves up. and we're going to extend our other leg and bring in your left foot. And again, we're going to start with the hands around your straight leg, foot flexed. Inhale up, exhale around the knee. And then inhale up, exhale around the straight leg. And the next time that you come to your straight leg, again, we're going to keep those hands on the floor. And if you find this knee way up in the air, you can stick something, blanket or, block underneath. Now inhale, body long. You're pressing your fingertips into the ground. You're turning your torso towards that straight leg. Exhale, you're going to walk yourself down with or without a strap, reaching your head towards your knee. Long, smooth breaths. And on an inhale, let's walk ourselves up. Now, we're going to make our way onto our hands and knees. And for those of you who can't be on your knees, and like I said, I don't know everybody's body here today, but I'll show you a different option too. So you're either going to be on your hands and knees, and if you'd like a little something under your knees because of the firm floor, you might have a blanket. So you're either here or you're going to sit up like this. Okay, and I'm going to do the seated one first and talk about the kneeling one. So hands and knees. Actually, I'll just show that while I'm talking about it. Inhale, engage those lower abdominals. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, round that back and come down towards a child's pose. And you might deepen as you go out. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, come on down. So in the seated position, hands on the knees, inhale, you're going to reach your chest forward and exhale, round the back. So it's a seated cat and cow. And here I'm using my feet to help me. I'm using my arms to help facilitate the movement of the body. You decide how much your shoulders and your head participate. If you're not feeling a stretch in your back, you want to make sure that your knees are about hip distance apart so that you get a nice stretch in that back body. That's the purpose of this pose. Now, next time you're up in a position of tabletop, flat back, now you're going to walk your hands out a little bit. Inhale, you're going to reach your hips towards the ground and exhale back. Those of you in that seated position, however you're seated, now you're going to bring yourself down a little bit more and bring your body up. You're going to separate your legs and come between the feet. So you're just making that movement bigger. And remember that we make the poses work for our bodies, right? And let's say one or two more times. And then when you feel complete with that, we're going to come up to a kneeling position. And again, if you need that padding under your knees, definitely get some. And again, this can be done seated in a chair or on the ground. You're going to bring your vision towards your left hand. Inhale, you're going to bring that arm up and extend it behind you as far as your eyes can follow. So if you can't see your fingers, you've gone too far. Exhale back to center. Inhale up. We're staying on the same side. And so the focus obviously is the head, neck, shoulder, and arm. And so if the knees don't work, you're going to stop that. We're going to move to the second side. Whenever you're complete with that one, vision on the right hand. Inhale up, follow the hand back. Exhale back to neutral. Noticing all those wonderful sensations as you're moving. We're going to do one more time. Coming back to the center. And now from here, we're going to come up to standing, and you're going to find your one tennis ball. And we're going to start to roll the feet. already I can feel a change in temperature. How about any of you? Yeah? like that's so interesting. I'm gonna just put this up a smidge. Okay. All right. So did you switch feet yet? Do you want to make sure that you do both feet? Keep breathing. Now when you feel done, we're gonna set the tennis ball off to a safe place. Make sure I can still see everybody. All right, so feet are gonna be about hip width apart. Knees are soft, arms are at your sides. And we're gonna inhale, reach those arms up overhead and come up onto your toes if it's safe. Exhale, come down. We're gonna do that a few times. Inhale is up. You could have your feet flat or you can come up onto your toes one more time. Now this time when we exhale, we're gonna bend the knees and bring your arms back. And then inhale up, keep the feet flat. Exhale down. 2 more times. Now, next time when we come up, when you come down, one arm forward, one arm back, body twists a little bit. Inhale up, second side, same thing. Moving with your breath, no rush. If you are not breathing easily, you're gonna slow it down somehow, make the movement smaller. One more time on our second side. And then arms are up towards the ceiling. Exhale, we're gonna bring the hands down to the heart center. And you're gonna pause for a moment. And like we did in the beginning, you're gonna press the heels of the hands and the fingertips together. Thumbs resting on your sternum. And we're going to reach those arms up overhead, just like we did when we were seated. Inhale up, exhale down. One more time. Now we're gonna add on to this. Okay, so you can pause with your hands at your heart center. What I want you to do is you're going to take a knee up as you bring the arms up and exhale back down. Now options, you could hold on to a wall, right? And we're gonna alternate sides. And you can also move your hands if you need them like out to the side. Because like I said, you make the pose work for you, but you're moving slowly. Everyone looks beautiful with your breath. And next time you finish your second side, we're going to pause and relax your arms down to the sides. And for a few breaths, let's just inhale those shoulders up. Exhale, take them behind your back body. Long, smooth breaths. How's everybody doing? Nod, wink. Give me the stink eye. Whatever works. Okay. So we're going to bring your hands onto your hips or your thighs, wherever it feels comfortable. Weight in the right foot. You're going to lift up that left leg. Inhale is going to be body upright with your foot off the floor. Exhale, you let the leg guide the body down. Inhale up. We're going to stay on the same side 3 times. Inhale up. Exhale forward. When you come up this time, we're going to bring the foot down. Shift your weight into your left foot. Again, lift that right foot up. Inhale up. Exhale. The leg actually pushes your body forward, right? Moving with your breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. This is our last time. Nice. Once you are with both feet on the ground, hands are going to be on your thighs. Inhale, body up. Exhale, slide down, keeping your hands on your legs. And for a few breaths, let's do this. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down, gliding your hands up and down your legs. Nice. And when you come up this time, we're going to walk the feet about as wide as your mat. And the hands are gonna be on the outside of the legs. Inhale, body up, exhale, slide down. And y'all know this one because, well, I can't get through a day without doing this. Now, as you're gliding, you might start to slide that outside elbow up. And it is progressive, right? If it doesn't sound inviting to add on, then you just continue to glide. Now you might take that outside arm and reach it up overhead, or continue one of the other positions. And then finally, as you take that arm overhead, you might bring your vision up towards the arm. But we only progress if it feels progressive in our bodies, right? Moving slowly with your breath. All right, now whenever you finish that second side, and I know some of you don't like this, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to take a block, and if you are at home and you don't have a block, we're going to put it between our thighs. You can use a folded up towel, you can use nothing. The thing that we want here is that pulling in towards the center with those inner thighs. And so some of you had talked about your low back, and this actually helps to reset the pelvis, that pulling in. So can you feel that as you squeeze the block with your thighs? Now, and I want you to make sure as you're squeezing the block that you're not holding your breath. So you might inhale as you're not squeezing, exhale as you squeeze, right? And so I want you to get that before we move on, right? Inhale, not squeezing. So you're still holding the block, but you're not squeezing. Exhale as you squeeze. All right. Now, your hands are we're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, you're going to come into a mini chair. I know some of you might want to go deeper, but we're not going to yet. Inhale up, exhale, come down. You're going to do it 2 more times. Okay, now, as you come down this last time, you're going to come to a deeper place. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Keep breathing. And you're going to think about this. You may or may not do it. We're going to shift onto our toes and lift the heels up off the ground. And I realize when I do that, y'all can't see my feet. Okay. All right. But you all got to hang out on your toes for a little bit while I was doing that, right? Okay. Now we're going to take the heels down and inhale, exhale, slide into a forward bend. Knees can be bent or straight. We're going to hold on to the elbows and gently move the body side to side. And you're still breathing. Coming through the middle, we're going to release the elbows. Inhale, slide on up. Hands on your thighs. You're going to come into a mini chair, not deep, right? And now I want you to come up onto the left toes and bring it down to the ground, and then right toes. And you could do this standing up with your legs straight too if it doesn't feel good to have the knees bent. Shifting from foot to foot. Still breathing. Great. Now one more time, we're going to squeeze onto the block. Feet are going to be flat on the ground. We're going to take those fingers, interlace them, press down, and then reach up towards the ceiling. And you can't see my hands on the video, but I'm pressing up with my palms towards the ceiling. Now inhale is going to be up, and exhale, you're going to come into a little chair. And it's a little bit harder with your arms extended. Taking care of those body parts. That's what I like to see. Inhale up, we're going to release the arms. You're going to take that block out, and it feels very spacious. We're going to take the block out now. All right, so let's come to our mat, and if you'd like to have blocks under your hands when you do a lunge, you can have your blocks towards the front of your mat, and I'll model that. So here we are, we're at the front of our mat. We're going to inhale up, exhale, slide down, bring your hands onto the floor or the blocks. Left foot is going to stay forward, and you're going to take a nice big step back with the right foot. Feet are hip width apart and about a leg's distance long. And you're gonna breathe. Now, before we move on, I want you to check out your foot. So you're touching down with the base of the big toe, base of the pinky toe, and both sides of the heel on that front foot, and your knee is over your ankle, okay? Now we're gonna start to straighten your left leg, and as you do that, you're gonna invite that hip to come back a little bit, and then bend the knee. So we're gonna stay on that same side, we're just bending and straightening. So inhale as you straighten, exhale as you bend. And you're noticing all those wonderful little sensations in your body as you move. Now, next time we come into our lunge, and you could, I didn't say this, but you could do this with a knee on the ground if it's not working for your body. You're gonna pull that foot, the feet towards one another, bring your hands up onto your thigh, find your balance, and breathe. Now we're gonna do a similar movement. We're gonna take those hands off, so you're gonna make like cacti. So inhale is gonna be here. Exhale, you're gonna stretch out the arms and straighten the leg. Inhale, exhale. Moving at your own pace. One more time. Now, when we come to our inhale position, let's exhale, take your hands down onto the floor of the blocks. We're gonna step that back foot forward into our forward bend, and then inhale, step your left foot back. And again, take a moment to, or the second side if you were on a different foot. Take a moment to connect your foot to the ground, feet hip width apart, knee over the ankle, breathe and focus. And whenever you're ready, we'll start to inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. And don't forget about your hip, right? Noticing what happens as we bend and straighten in the low back and the hips. Keep moving and breathing. Now again, next time your knee is bent, you're gonna find your balance, bring your hands up onto your thigh, breathe and focus. And whenever you're ready, we're gonna bend elbows, make like cacti. Inhale is here, exhale, straighten the legs and the arms. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. It looks great. Keep breathing. One more time. And again, as we inhale, we're going to exhale, hands to the ground. Step that back foot forward. Take your hands onto your legs. Now we're going to inhale halfway up and exhale more deeply into our legs. Continue to move if that feels good. Inhale up, exhale, fold, or you might just stay folded. Right? Keep breathing. And then on and inhale, you're going to slide all the way up. And from here, we're going to make our way. Actually, let's find your strap. I'm going to grab a strap. I'm going to grab 5 because they're all connected somehow. All right, so you're going to find your strap. I'm laughing because I'm trying to find a place that I can see everybody and my head's not chopped off on the video. Okay, so you're going to take that strap in front. I have a really long one, so I folded it in half. At home, you can use a belt or a shirt or a scarf. And what I want you to do is you're going to be wider than your body with your hands, and you're going to inhale, take that strap up, and you're pulling on the strap. Exhale, come down. Inhale up. I'm going to come down onto my knees just so they can, even here they can't see me. Inhale is up, and you're pulling, right, as you're doing this. Now, next time you come up, you're going to give yourself more strap and come down behind you. So now it's inhale up, exhale back. And you're still pulling on the strap, and you're not hurting yourself at all. You're making sure it feels okay. And we're going to pause with the arms behind us. And if you need more strap, you're going to give yourself more strap. And you're going to start to bring one arm forward, one arm back. And if you don't have a strap at home, right, you could just do those same movements with your arms, or if the strap doesn't feel good. Now we're going to pause with our arms out to the sides and then relax, and we're going to get rid of the strap for a moment. And now what I want you to do is take your arms out to the side without the strap, and you're going to lift one knee, and you could have your hand on the wall. We're going to take opposite hand to the outside of the knee. And then we're going to stretch that extended arm behind us. And then possibly move your vision towards that back hand. You could also have your foot on a block. You're still breathing. We're going to bring head forward, hand forward, foot down to the ground. Roll through those shoulders, inhale up. Exhale, let them glide down. Maybe we'll do this for another breath because it feels really good. Okay, and then we're going to do the second side. So again, lift your knee up, hold on with the opposite hand, extend the same side hand behind you, and you're going to slowly start to move your head towards that back hand. Knowing that whenever we move our head, it changes our center of gravity. Again, option could be to have your foot on a block, or your hand on the wall. On an inhale, let's bring that head forward, hand forward, foot comes down to the ground. We're going to roll through those shoulders one more time. And then let's bring ourselves safely down to the ground. And we're actually going to be on our bellies. Okay, so find a way to be on your belly. I'm going to see what works for me here. Let's see how that works. Okay, so here we are. You're going to stretch out your arms. Your vision is towards the ground. And you could even relax your forehead on the ground if your body works like that. And we're going to come up onto the fingertips. And then you're going to start to walk your fingertips towards your body, and your shoulders and head might start to come up. But you're only going to go to a place that feels really good in your back body, right? So for some of us, it's going to be higher than others, right? Keep breathing. And then we're going to walk those fingers forward, body comes back down. Now we're going to bring our arms out to the sides. And again, you're going to walk your hands in, and your head and shoulders and body may start to come up. Keep breathing. And you're only coming to a place that works for you. You're going to walk back down. Walk your hands on the sides of your body, palms are down. And last position, like the last walking movement like this, you're going to walk your fingers back as your body comes up. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Now we're going to make our way down to the ground. We're going to come back to our first position, arms extended in front of us, forehead towards the ground. And you're going to press your hands gently into the ground, and we're going to lift both legs up, possibly. So you're relaxing the upper body, although it is our anchor here as you lift the legs. Keep breathing. And then we're going to bring those legs down, arms out to the sides. And again, gently pressing the fingers into the floor as you lift both legs. Keep breathing. I'm lifting my head to look at all of you. You're still breathing. We're going to exhale, come down, arms back to the sides, palms on the ground. And again, Gently lifting those legs as you continue to breathe. And whenever you're ready on an exhale, you're going to come back down. We're going to stretch those arms overhead one more time. And this time you're going to walk them back towards the body. So your elbows are shoulder width or a little bit wider. Does that work? Because don't force it, please. Okay. Now your forearms and your hands are pulling towards you and your chest is coming forward. And you're relaxed. So wiggle your butt a little bit. Make sure that you're not tightening up all those back muscles. Okay. Keep breathing. Now, and I'm going to turn to the side here. Now we're going to bend the knees. So here we are. We're in a Sphinx pose in the front part of our body. And you're bending your knees. And you're imagining that your heels and your shoulders are coming towards one another, right? Your chest is opening, long, smooth breaths. Beautiful. Now we're going to exhale down towards the ground. And this next one, as you inhale up, you could take your hands off the ground. You could come into the Sphinx, or you can keep your body down. We're going to inhale up and exhale down towards the floor. So the knees bend and the hands come up. If that works for your body, or you could do the Sphinx pose. Now, next time you come up, we're going to hold the position, but remember that when we hold positions, we keep breathing, right? So you're holding the position and you're breathing. And when you feel complete, you're going to come back down to the ground. And we're going to safely get ourselves onto our back body. And it's thinking about the beautiful transitions here. I like it. Seeing all different sorts of things. You're going to get yourself safely onto your back body and bring your knees in towards your chest. And so you could hug your knees in. You can just have them, towards your body. You're doing whatever feels good to you. You might take your knees in a circular motion, a couple of times in each direction. Now, and hopefully you do, if you have a block close by, we're going to take the block and put it between your knees. Okay, and your feet are flexed, and your arms are going to be out to the sides. Now, the movement is going to be taking your knees towards your hand, one hand. Inhale, center. Exhale, alternate sides. Right? And so we're not actually trying to touch the knee to the hands, because for most of us that's not physically possible. But you're moving with your breath. Inhale is center. So your thigh bones are perpendicular to the ground. Exhale, you're reaching your knees towards the hand. Keep breathing, keep moving. And if this doesn't work for your body, some other options: no block, just gently move, keeping your feet on the ground and moving your knees side to side. You can move your head in the opposite direction of the knees. Always making the poses work for you. All right, so we're going to, next time you finish your second side, and we're in the middle again, you're gonna hold on to that block if you're doing this with us, right? And you're gonna have your hands on your thighs, and you're going to isometrically press those thighs into your hands and hands into your thighs. So even though it looks like nothing is happening here, it's a very active position. Thighs into hands, hands into thighs, press, 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 keep breathing. Keep breathing, keep pressing, and then we're going to take that block out and hug the knees in towards the body. And you're noticing, of course, how you're feeling. And then let's stretch those legs up, and some of you will want to use a strap here. So we're going to have your legs up, and let's bring the strap around the padded part of the left foot. And you're going to bring that left knee towards your left shoulder, and our right leg is still pointing up towards the sky. And some of you might be able to hold on to your foot without the strap. So you're going to see what works for you. And then we're going to slowly lower that right leg. Keep the right foot flexed. As you lower towards the ground, let it hover over the ground and then lift it up. So you're just going to move through up and down with the right leg without allowing your heel to hit the floor. One, because it won't feel good. And I know sometimes it's hard to judge where the heel is in space, but just move slowly enough so that you're not banging that heel. Now next time your right foot comes up towards the sky, you're going to switch the strap onto the right foot and then bring that right knee towards your right shoulder. And again, you could hold on to the foot if you want without a strap. Flex the left foot and start to move the left leg up and down. Keep breathing as you move. Noticing all the wonderful sensations in your body. And one more time. And when your left leg is up, we're going to remove the strap. One more time, hug those knees into the chest. And then from here, I want to do a little bit of a chest opener. So you could use a foam roller, you could use a folded blanket, you could use a bolster if you have one. And so those of you who have been in class with me when we could use bolsters know probably Cuddle Pose. So you're going to take your bolster and elevate it up with a block, and then bring your right thigh towards the edge of the bolster and bring your arm underneath. So you're cuddling the bolster. And as you all get set up, I will show some other options. So if you have some folded blankets, you could just stack them up. You can use a cushion off your sofa or a pillow, and you can just bring your body down to the side. Okay, you could do the same thing. If you have a foam roller, I would definitely put a blanket over the foam roller. And then I'm gonna stop talking for a minute so that you can relax here, right? So make sure your head is in a comfortable position. Long, smooth breaths. Now, within the next 3 or 4 breaths, I want you to think about how you would very carefully, in the least distracting way, get yourself to the second side. Right, so how can you get the base of your left thigh, no, the top of your left thigh to the base of your bolster or blanket? So shifting to the second side. And then setting yourselves comfortably up. Making sure that your head is in a comfortable position, long, smooth breaths. Again, when you start to feel ready to switch, and I know some of you might be totally relaxed here, we're going to move into Shavasana. So corpse pose, final relaxation. So think about what would be the most comfortable position for your body to be in right now. And then you are going to start to slowly get yourself into that position. And you want to make sure that you're warm enough and that you're comfortable. So in Shavasana, even if something is like a little bit off, it could stop us from going to that quiet place, right? So what would help you to feel totally supported and comfortable so that as you close your eyes, you can relax your body with your exhale. starting to bring your awareness back to your body and your breath. Thinking about what sort of movement would feel really yummy right now to gently reawaken, and eventually coming back into a comfortable seated position. First movement I want to do once you're seated is just to roll those shoulders a couple of times. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, slide them down your back. Almost all of you talked about your neck before we got started. And then after rolling your shoulders, we're going to keep your head upright and then gently take your left ear towards the left shoulder. Inhale, lift the head up, and exhale, second side. So we're just letting, and you're going to keep doing that with your breath. Inhale up, exhale, side to side. You're letting the weight of your head, that's our weight, right? For most of us, it's like 8 to 12 pounds. Now, next time your head is in neutral position after the second side, you're going to look over each shoulder. So again, inhale, center with your face. Exhale, turn the head. Like we're saying no. Some of us do need to learn how to say no more, right? And again, next time you finish your second side, you're going to come through the center. And I thought that little mantra that I did when you were coming up out of Shavasana, I thought that might be an appropriate one for all of us. And what it says is, kind of surrender to my heart. Okay, so we use it to kind of soften open our heart center. So I'll say it, and you'll listen, and then we'll say it all together. And you can say it aloud, or you can say it in your head. Okay? Om Anahataye Namaha. Om Anahataye Namaha. I'll say it again. Om Anahataye Namaha. And say it with me if you want. Om Anahataye Namaha. And one more time, listen. Om Anahataye Namaha. Say it with me. Om Anahataye Namaha. So nice. So notice, using our breath and our voice, and you had to pay attention because most of you don't know that mantra. And so it's a focus practice too. So there's a lot of different things happening. Not only does the sound feel good and we're working with our breath, which strengthens our core, but you're helping to focus your mind as well. So thank you all for joining me today. Next weekend is a holiday weekend. And so I will not be here in person, but I will be doing it online. So those of you who want to participate online, and those of you here in person, I will let you know how you can go about doing that if you want to participate that way. So thank you all very much. Namaste.